Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Ought to be a good one here between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Expos. It'll be fun watching these two go at it. It's next on the show. Pedro Martinez, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, how good has this guy been up to this point? In a day and age where guys and teams are scoring lots of runs, to have an ERA sub-2, that's saying something. Hopefully, we're going to see more of the same from this guy, one of the top pitchers in all the league.
Digging in, Mickey Morosini, and we are set for baseball here this evening. First of 3 here on a Friday night as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Fellas, you take a look at our homestanding ball club as they come into this one tonight. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, these players got in their cars today to drive to the stadium focused on one thing. Not who was going to be the hero, just the fact that they needed a W and that one of their teammates, whether it's them or someone else, has to come up with a big knock.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. Alou is there, and he makes the catch for the out. With that, here's the starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies. Nero, what do you got in this lineup in the series opener?
You know, Matty, I took a look at this lineup today and getting a chance to talk to some of the guys around the cage. One thing that they preached to me was the fact that they were dead last in the league in grounding into double plays and well aware of the fact that they don't shoot themselves in the foot. They give themselves a chance when they're putting guys on base to drive in runs and not get that 2-for-1 sale.
Thompson comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. Into the corner and slicing foul.
He got the fastball where he wanted and just pulled off of it.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Count is 1-2 now. The pitch. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Stepping in now, Lenny Dykes. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here, no balls and a strike. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Down 0-2, maybe simplify the game plan right here. Get on the heater, even though he has 5 weapons to go to.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he fouls this one off. Another 0-2 coming. Hit in the air to right field. Walker is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Phillies down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score. Green, a right-hander from the Keystone State, gets the ball as the starter in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
Striding in, Marcus Grissom. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The center fielder, Marcus.
Now the pitch.
Grissom.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, Matty, these players got in their cars today to drive to the stadium focused on one thing. Not who was going to be the hero, just the fact that they needed a W and that one of their teammates, whether it's them or someone else, has to come up with a big knock.
Here it comes on 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. And another foul ball. Now a swing and a deep drive to left, and it ain't coming back. Gone! So it's a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the first. Number 14 on the season, and they've taken a 1-run lead.
Baseball has really changed. Remember when leadoff guys were guys that would just draw walks and steal bases? But that's not the case anymore. Guys like this, they have pop in their bat and they can go deep.
So digging in now, Orlando Cabrera. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First pitch on its way. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Base is empty here with nobody out. Ball 1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Hey, D-Roll, one of the things you have to be aware of as a hitter from Carl Dixon, he'll call that high strike.
Yeah, he will. So you better be on top of your game with 2 strikes, because if they elevate, good chance Carl Dixon's punching your tip.
Ball 2.
And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning. With that, here's a glance at the starting lineup for the home squad. Mark DeRosa, what's the key to them starting out 1-0 here at home?
Matt, you take a look at both these lineups. They got their work cut out for them. This is going to be a pitcher's duel. Both these guys can execute and have a chance to go deep in this game and turn it over to bullpen. Somebody is going to have to get that big 2-out knock with runners in scoring position.
Moses Alou is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Strike called. Tough to do much with that one.
1-1.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Called strike, and he's behind 1-2.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher right there, stealing a strike with that get-me-over breaking ball, and now he can get a little nastier with it in the dirt.
Hit high and deep out to straightaway left. A ball that's carrying. He leaves his feet, but it's off the wall. Oh, and this kicks right off of him. And he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
And that triple could not have come at a better time. The team has really struggled the last few games trying to get over the hump, and they're looking for anything good to happen to them, and I'd say that triple definitely qualifies. They are fired up.
Into the box now, Larry Walker. Line toward right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
As we take a look here, it's just a good piece of hitting and good hustle. Driving the second run of the inning home and putting himself 90 feet away with just one out.
Riding into the box, Stefan Segui. And with numbers like those, he's putting himself in contention for some Rookie of the Year hardware if he can keep it up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Down the third baseline. Green is a guy who throws a lot of strikes, rarely walks people, but what does bite him occasionally is the home run ball.
Matt, this is a guy that's not a power type of pitcher, so he needs to rely on being down in the strike zone. One of the keys, he tends to lose being aggressive when he falls behind, and he kind of nibbles around the strike zone. And what happens with that, Matty V, he becomes very predictable, and when you don't have overpowering stuff, you tend to be able to get hit hard.
Now the 1-1 pitch. And that gets him on the mound. And he can't pick it up cleanly. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Digging in now, Cliff Floyd. He's a long ball threat, of course, currently number 4 in the National League home run race.
This guy's just what you're looking for if you're looking for one of your corner spots to have some power. Not only glove work on one of the corner positions, but lots of thunder in that bat.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Back outside.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball, 1-1.
Hey, I know it's early and we're in the first right here, but he's going to have to work that heater to both sides of the plate. He cannot get away with missing over the heart of the plate all night.
2-1 the count. On the line, that's a base hit. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. The runner from first crosses the plate. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
They say when it rains, it pours, and it's pouring out there right now. Drives in 2 more with that shot, making it 4 runs in the inning. This inning is starting to get away from him.
So now to the plate, Sean Berry. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
He definitely doesn't look himself to start this one, and this lineup needs to be on the attack early and be aggressive and find a way to stay in this game.
The 1-0.
Hey, I love that pitch right there. Better execution after just giving up an extra base hit.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. The 1-2.
Boy, the curveball just hasn't been there this afternoon, and this is this guy's bread and butter pitch, especially when he gets ahead of hitters. He needs to find that curveball again.
Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here.
having a hard time putting this hitter away here. And when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
Dykes, the range to his left and put it away. 2 down.
The pitcher, Darren Fletcher.
Now at the plate, Darren Fletcher. He'll get to take his first cuts here. From the stretch. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
The 0-1 pitch. Floyd at second with 2 down. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate and they push across 4 runs. 1 inning in the books here. Montreal is out in front 4-0. So coming to the plate, number 24, and they've got some work to do early on, down 4-0 already.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
1 ball, no strikes to count. And this one's too far inside, ball 2. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Walker is there, and he has it for the out.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Mariano.
All right, here's how the home side's lining up defensively. And diving into the numbers on this team, the one thing that jumps off the page is the fact that these guys can flat play D. The highest fielding percentage in the league. Something to focus on today when you're watching this one.
In now, Mariano Duncan. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And the throw to first will be in time, so they stamp out the bunt attempt.
That is fifth. The first baseman, Ricky Jordan.
Standing in, Ricky Jordan, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's the pitch.
Ball, that's outside.
Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. They're down 4-0. Ready now, Pedro Martinez. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second.
The pitcher, Pedro Martinez.
First offering on its way. And they'll start things out with a changeup here, but this is a bit too tight. It's ball 1. And a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Two and one.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2 strikes.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Now the payoff pitch home. Locks him up for strike 3.
Now, I know he struck out there, but for a pitcher, that's a pretty solid at-bat. Anytime you can make an opposing pitcher out there work and throw quite a few more extra pitches, that's a quality AB in my book.
At the plate now, Marcus Grissom. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Number 24 is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Orlando Cabrera.
Ready for another chance? Orlando Cabrera. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First delivery to him on the way.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
High in the air down the right field line. And foul. Lofted in the air out toward right center. In there, a base hit. He'll get it into second. Throw won't get him.
And this might be the kind of AB that gets him out of that slump. Smart hitting here, just going with the pitch, using the whole field instead of trying to do too much. The results speak for themselves.
Into the box, Moses Alou, as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Now the 0-1.
That's a ball.
Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. Pitch is piling up, 44, and he's not clear of the second yet. Outside, 2-1. From the belt, the pitch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
This is a spot you like to be in as a good hitter. Runners in scoring position and count leverage in your favor.
The 3-1. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Number 18 for him on the campaign. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Pat Combs is going to come on in relief now, and he may be asked. Larry Walker. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Line towards center field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So that keeps the bottom of the second going.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
Stepping in now, Stephen Seguin, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Combs, a 6'3" left-hander. He's in his 3rd season as a major league player. Now a throw over. Throw is up the line as it gets away. Two out with the man at first. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Right fielder coming on. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Roll. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
Cliff Floyd will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
The 1-1. Chopper to short. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. We've played 2, and this is now a 6-0 ball game. Now at the plate, Jimmy Rollins. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
Here's the pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
That's out. We got 2 balls.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
You know, when you haven't gotten a guy on base yet in the entire game, a 3-ball count kind of feels like a little mini rally. Let's see if he can get on.
Now a swing and a deep drive to right. Right fielder looking up. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 5 on the year, and they're on the board at 6-1.
Only the first hit of the night, but it was a big one. He absolutely punished that mistake, and you have to wonder if that will open the floodgates a little.
Standing in now, Todd Pratt, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250, 5 homers and 31 RBIs. There's a belt high strike to even the count at 1-1.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
That's the ball.
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Drilled down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
Hey, after that base knock right there, he's into double digits, Dero. That's a 10-game hitting streak.
Oh, you talking about double digits, Dan? Now it's getting firm. We're seeing the batting average go up. We're seeing the homers go up. We're seeing the RBIs go up. Everything is moving north.
So now to the plate, Pat Combs. And the pitcher is, in fact, bunting here as he puts this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
The batter, number 13. Second base, Mickey.
Now at the plate, Mickey Morosini. He's set and the pitch. And that misses ball 1. A 1-0 delivery. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike 2.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle, center cut. Tough pitch to take.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Still even at 2-2. From the stretch. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
3-2 pitch. Hard hit at third. And that's the second out.
The batter, number 30.
Now in the box, Thompson. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Nope.
And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And it's 1-2. So far in this game, he's the only guy in the lineup that's gone down on strikes.
This is the only guy in the lineup that struck out so far, and now he finds himself in the hole with 2 strikes.
Still 1-2. This is on the ground over to first. Right to him. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Phils do get one back on the solo home run. We played 2.5. The Expos are out in front here, 6-1. ready to go for the last half of the inning and set to go as the third baseman, Sean Berry.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
A ball and no strikes.
Ball one, no strikes.
This one's down to third. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, one away.
The batter, the catcher, Darren Fletcher.
Settling in now, Darren Fletcher. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
Like that pitch there, lefty on lefty matchup, curveball away to a lefty, smart pitch.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Well, that's a pitch right there you gotta just lay off. There's a good chance he's going to throw it on 0-2, and if you can recognize it starting down in the zone, you know it's only going to go down from there.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pulled toward right center field. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he'll pull into second with 1 away.
Hey, there's a base hit right there on a changeup. Maybe not a good idea to throw this guy back-to-back changeups.
Yeah, he seemed to be timing that first one. He let the first one go by, then he was not going to let the second one go by. Nice job right there staying through that baseball.
In now, Pedro Martinez. Ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike. 1 out and a runner on second base. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2. And it's fouled away. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
To the plate now, Marcus Grissom, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 2 out here and a runner at second. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. And he punts the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Here now the 2-2. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And foul, though it had the home run distance. Ball 3-2 now. Orlando Cabrera would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Hit hard on the ground is short. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. New inning set to get underway, and at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Lenny Dykes. First pitch coming, here it is.
Nope, that's the ball.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but it's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Count even now at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Fouled away. Line drive to center field. Grissom is right there, one down. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see there, he sits in 4th place in that department in the National League. Digging in to try it again, number 24. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Long run for the center fielder. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Mariano Duncan.
So stepping in, Mariano Duncan. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Ball, that's 6 out.
Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball.
When I broke into the league, not many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Count is 2-1.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
The 2-1.
That's ball 3.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now. 3-2. And this one misses for ball 4. So the Phillies have got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Well, he loses them there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits. So his command has been pretty solid so far.
In now, Ricky Jordan, man at first after the 2-out walk. From the belt, the pitch. One run, 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Fouled off. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
High in the air out to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. One left for Philadelphia. They trail 6-1. Stepping up now, Orlando Cabrera. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
Orlando.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line shot to first, and there's one away. So his day fully over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the Phillies starter. And clearly he was off his game this evening.
One of the tough things to do when you're trying to have a good pitching performance is keep the ball in the ballpark. He was filling up the strike zone, but he did allow 2 home runs.
Ready to take his hacks again, Moses Alou, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
And he fouls this one off. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home fourth.
Now batting, the right field, Larry Walker.
Digging in once again, Larry Walker. He singled his last time up. First pitch on its way. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Looking up is the right fielder, and it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 16 for him on the year, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday, so you know he's locked in and ready to roll up there. We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
Into the box, Stefan Segui, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. The 1-0. Hard hit ball to second. And another base hit for him. Now 3 for 3 in this one.
You think he's not setting the tone for this series right there? 3rd knock of the night, and we're only in game 1. This could be huge.
Now a throw over to first, and the runner back in standing. Into the box now, Cliff Floyd, as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. From the belt, kicks and deals. Oh, he rips this one the other way, but caught down there at 3rd. Needed just a little more height on that one, but instead the inning is over. But add on 1 more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. We're through 4, and the lead is stretched to 7-1. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, I talked with Philadelphia's manager during the break about the Phillies' offensive production to this point, and he told me he feels like they're being too patient at the plate right now. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bad pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind, so the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
Leading off for the Phillies.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
Jimmy Rollins.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Jimmy Rollins is at the plate now as he looks at strike one.
That elevated fastball right there, that is the biggest change in the game today for me. When I first came up, a lot of guys working that Greg Maddux east to west.
Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number one. So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA. And as we head toward the All-Star break, you can see he's on top of the NL in that category. Now at the plate, Todd Pratt. He reached on a single in his first try.
Yeah, Matty, pressure's off right now. He extended his hitting streak that last plate appearance. Now he gets to get back into his zone, work on his craft, and try and drive something in the gap.
Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. And very quickly there, they're two gone to start the inning.
The pitcher, number 39. Pat.
Marlon Byrd will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with two out and the base is empty.
Marlon Byrd.
Takes this the other way to right. And this will be just what the manager ordered as he's off the bench with extra bases. And he'll make it to second base now with two gone.
You know, D-Roll, I'm not sure if you're one of those superstitious guys, but a 13-game hitting streak seems like a pretty good number for this guy.
Yeah, that's the old baker's dozen right there. We're almost looking at 2 weeks of just sleeping like a baby. I can't be. You're going to hear me reiterate this throughout this streak. I can't tell you, when you're swinging the bat like this, your food tastes better, your wife gets prettier, everything is just working.
Hey, this isn't exactly the way you'd like to draw it up. Not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but the bottom line is he's getting outs.
The 0-1.
Ball one. I got a ball, one strike. Oh, you're killing me.
And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. From the stretch. Changed up on him as this is grounded to second. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Number 49 is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager.
Number 49.
Bottom of the inning now, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Sean Berry.
The third baseman, Sean Berry.
First offering on its way. And that fastball's taken, but catches the outer third. And this catches the inside corner. Good spot there. It's 0-2. And it's fouled away.
He got a mistake right there, but missed it. Can't foul that pitch off in a big spot. 0-2 count. Heater caught too much of the zone.
Line toward the gap in left center. But this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number one.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Striding in once again, Darren Fletcher. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. Lefty against lefty here as this is taken for a ball. 1-0. Hit on the ground out to short. Reined in. Throw gets him. 2 down. So here now's the pitcher, Pedro Martinez. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
No, that's down. Ball.
Now the 2-0. Two out, nobody on. Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
The 3-1. A swing and a miss, and that'll fill the count at 3-2.
He was able to sneak that fastball by him on 3-1, so now we've got a battle on our hands.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. On the screws to shortstop, but caught to retire the side. Now batting, Thompson. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game, but this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Well, that backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's a very effective pitch. If you can hit the outside corner with that pitch, it's unhittable.
Fouled away. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Again, he sends it out of play. This one's down to third. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The batter, the center fielder, Lenny Dykes.
So striding forward now, Lenny Dykes. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First pitch of the at-bat.
Hey.
One out, nobody on. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He started this guy backwards, couple of off-speed pitches early, followed by back-to-back heaters. He can go either way he wants to go right now.
He pulls this one into right, but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out. So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs. And you can see there, they're just 1 place off the top spot in the NL in that category. Next will be the cleanup hitter, number 24. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. First pitch on its way.
Yep, that ball went out.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the heart of the plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
That's been a great pitch for him all night. Able to push and pull the throttle a little bit, throwing a good fastball located and mixing in that nasty changeup with good arm action.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. In the air out toward right field. Walker will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Phillies down in order. They're down 7-1. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Grissom. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch.
A pretty aggressive pitch right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
Back up the middle and in for a base hit. So that leadoff base hit means considerable speed aboard to start out the inning.
The batter, number 2, Cabrera.
At the plate now, Orlando Cabrera. As he'll watch a sinker here that misses, it's ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Nope.
2-0.
This is why I love having athleticism and speed on your team. You can tell the runner on first base is certainly messing with the mechanics of the pitcher.
The 2-0. Hit down the third baseline. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
Now batting, the left fielder,
At the plate, Moses Alou. He's got a homer and a triple to this point in the game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In there for strike 1, 0-1. From the belt, the pitch. High and deep to straightaway right. And that is off the wall. Grissom blows through the stop sign, headed for home. And he's safe at the plate. And they're pulling away. They lead by 7.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Roll. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his 3rd run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup, and that's exactly been the case today. He not only mixed in that big bond, but now he's got 3 ribbies to boot.
So now to the plate, Larry Walker, as he'll go after a hard sinker that time and falls behind 0-1. Comes set and the 0-1.
Ball, that's out.
I'm absolutely shocked he took that pitch right there. Right in the wheelhouse, low 90s heater. That's one you gotta let go on.
The 1-2 gets him looking up around the letters.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
In now, Stefan Segui, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. Trying to keep it going, a perfect 3 for 3 thus far. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
Popped up. Jordan over to his right. And that ends the inning. So a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. Montreal is on top 8-1. And a welcome to those just joining us. We're in the 7th inning of this one with nobody out.
The third baseman.
Standing in, Mariano Duncan comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Lifted down the line in left. Left fielder is on the move. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA. And as we head toward the All-Star break, you can see he's on top of the NL in that category. Striding into the box, Ricky Jordan. And the pitch.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
1 run on 3 hits and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Oh, good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Bat splinters as this is on the ground to first base, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Change of speed there, but it's taken for a ball. 2-2.
2 strikes.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at-bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Popped him up. Fletcher over to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs. And you can see there they're just 1 place off the top spot in the NL in that category. In now, Jimmy Rollins. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
This is somewhat of a cause for concern. This guy needs to hit better left-handed against right-handed pitching.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. And he popped him up. Segui's got it, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. It's still an 8-1 ball game. So striding in, Cliff Floyd.
Leading off for the Expos, the first baseman, Cliff Floyd.
Now here it comes. First pitch is a sinker for a called strike 1. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And he fouls this one off. It's 1-2.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
The 1-2. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
He got a mistake right there, but missed it. Can't foul that pitch off in a big spot. 0-2 count. Hader caught too much of the zone.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
And it's fouled away. Another 2-2 offering. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Fouled off. The 2-2 one more time.
Hey, this has been an epic at-bat right here. I don't blame the pitcher for a little nibbling right there. Maybe get a swing and a miss. He didn't bite on that one, so now we go full count.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a swing and a high, deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there.
Okay, somebody's got to figure it out. Either the pitcher make a nasty pitch or this hitter's got to put something in play because the guys up in the booth are getting tired. We're going to need a cup of coffee after this, AB.
The 3-2 one more time. Lifted down the line in left. Left fielder is on the move. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The third baseman, number 5, John Berry.
plate, Sean Berry. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. That's yanked into the stands. Strike one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And he just misses inside with the fastball there. One out, nobody on. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Thompson will range to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, catcher, Darren Fletcher.
Now in the box, Darren Fletcher. First offering on its way. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Hit hard to the right. Foul. Now the 1-1 pitch is looked at off the plate for a ball. 2 out, nobody on. All even now, 2-2. Pitch on the way. Skied into straightaway right. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Now at the plate, Todd Pratt. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. So you've got to figure he's got a good chance here to finish this one off. And with that in mind, we take a look at the league leaders in complete games. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. John Croft will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 8, John Croft.
In there for strike 1. The numbers coming in, 278 the average, 16 homers, and 49 runs batted in. The windup and the 0-1. Right side. Reined in. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
The batter, number 13, Mickey Morosini.
Digging in, Mickey Morosini. 4th trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Grissom is right there as he tucks this one away to retire the side. Phillies down in order. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Toby Borland comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one.
Toby Borland.
Now at the plate, Pedro Martinez. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned a chance to take this at-bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
First pitch on its way. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. Now here's the pitch. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Now to the plate, Marcus Grissom, who went deep earlier, and he's 2 for 4 to this point. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. Right-hander against right-hander, as this is a ball, 1-0. High in the air down the right field line. But this will land untouched. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch.
Nope, outside.
Hard on the ground towards short. He's got it. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Orlando Cabrera.
Stepping up to the plate, Orlando Cabrera. He's 1 for 4 for the game. First delivery to him on the way. Hit down the third baseline, but this is foul for the first strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Line to the right side. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. Throw into second. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. 1 hit's all they get. We've played 8 full. Montreal is on top here, 8-1. Digging in now, Thompson starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Here comes the first pitch. Lifted down the line in left. Long run for the left fielder, and they can't run it down. And the pitch. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
Off the plate at 94, 1-2. Some action out in the bullpen, couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. High in the air down the right field line. but this will wind up being a foul ball. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
The center fielder, number 4. Ready. Strike.
Digging in now for Philadelphia, Lenny Dykes. First pitch of the at-bat. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. One and one.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only one free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around second now and headed for third. And he is in there at third with a one-out triple.
In most parks in the league, that would be a round tripper. I mean, he hits this thing probably more than 400 feet, but he'll have to be content with a triple. Has to feel good about the way he hit it, though.
Standing in now, number 24, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's the 1-0. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike one. Dykes takes his lead at third with one away. Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. In the air out to straightaway left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And he will score on the sacrifice fly.
Now batting.
Now here comes the skipper out of the first base dugout heading for the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he'll depart as he couldn't quite get that final out, but he will leave with the lead after a strong 8 2/3. Jeff Shaw gets the call here as he'll try and look for one out to finish this thing off. Into the box, Mariano Duncan. Bases empty and 2 gone following the sacrifice fly. Here's the first pitch to him. And they start him with one high and away for ball one. 2 out, nobody on. And this one's down the middle, a ball and a strike. And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
You got to be paying attention as an offense in a hitter's meeting in this situation. When you got a guy on the mound that you know the bottom can drop out of any pitch he throws, you have to elevate your sights.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Now this crowd of just over 21,000 are on their feet. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Philly down to their last strike. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
That is just a great at-bat there. When you're down late, you need base runners any way you can get them, and that never-say-die mentality could be the difference. We'll see how it plays out.
So stepping in, Ricky Jordan. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, but everything looked clean. He was on time. He looked powerful in the box. I guarantee you he wants that swing back. He's still thinking about it.
Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
Always nice to get the first game of the series, but even more so when it's in front of the home crowd. Seems to energize everybody the rest of the series.
8-2 tonight's final. The Expos put up a 4 spot in the opening frame on the way to victory. Pedro Martinez hangs win number 11 on his line as he finished just 1 out shy of 9 complete innings. Tommy Green permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.